Welcome to the Inspired Connection. I am so happy that you are here. Truly, this is the place to build your true potential. It is about fueling your purpose, building your passion, building your authenticity and your strategic action to create purpose to profits, to align your purpose with your profit. Yes. Oh, there's my teeth. Isn't that attractive? Welcome, Nadine. I'm so glad you're here. This is the Purpose to Profits Rainmaker interview series. And I'm super honored to have the Nadine Hanchar here today, a good friend, as well as a really incredible positive contribution to many people's lives around the globe. And from her location in Victoria, British Columbia. And this Purpose to Profits Rainmaker interview series is really about taking a look at mastering the art of purpose-driven prosperity and to crack that code between purpose and profits and really turn your business passion into a thriving, successful business. And Nadine, you have done that for decades and decades. So what I'd like to do is introduce myself. I am a mindset coach, business strategist, and speaker, and the proud leader of the Inspired Connection. So I support my clients to have unshakable confidence, clarity, and conviction in their purpose, of course, leading to a profitable business and life. So let me introduce you to Nadine, first of all. And Nadine is the developer of the PEP Personality Process. She is also an international trainer, best-selling author, speaker, NLP trainer, counselor, and consultant. Let me tell you, this woman's got lots of wisdom coming from many decades of real dedication to understanding people. She specializes truly in relationships, trauma, communication, and personal and professional development. Her results-oriented approach allows every person or couple or family or even organizations to really move forward with a better quality of life. Now, Nadine, tell us about the PEP Personality Process. I know that you are the creator, the founder. One of your books has been specifically about, and I think it's brilliant. So share with us what the PEP Personality Process is about and what kind of difference that makes for people within their lives.
Well, Carolyn, everyone has 4 zones and everyone has 4 components. And how those 4 components fit in those 4 zones tells me a lot about their personality. It tells me about how they interface with their environments. In other words, how their environments affect them. It tells me how they communicate, how they make their decisions, how they, whether they're in balance or out of balance. It tells me what happens when they get stressed and how to get out of that place. It tells me what's happening if they're feeling secure or insecure and how they behave. And it's a dynamic process. So in other words, we're not just one thing. We're all 4 of those things, but working through it and how to work through it in a way that actually they can maintain a sense of balance in their emotions, in their mental condition, in their physical condition. So it's really about creating balance and moving forward successfully in their lives.
Yeah, and it has, I know that you use it with every single one of your clients, correct? So you do the PEP Personality Process assessment with your clients. And I know the feedback that your clients and couples, you work a lot with couples and supporting them to find that love and bring themselves back together. In that assessment, how does that help you in supporting those clients? I know that you've given me feedback in the past, how shocked they are that you understand them and know them so quickly. So share with me a little bit about that.
it helps me to really zero in and get to know them very quickly. And it also helps me to see where things go off, right? So there are areas, all of us are different. There's 24 different processing styles. So, oftentimes we think we know the other person. We've been with them for 20 years or whatever. And when we see that, okay, well, yes, here is where we're in alignment already. And that's just through the processing styles. And then we see where, well, here's maybe where there's misalignments can happen or misunderstandings can happen. And then how do you work with those and how do you deal with those? So it also has couples, I think, take it less personally. So it's like, oftentimes we think if our partner is doing something, we think that they're doing it to us, instead of realizing that, and so it gives them a different perspective and makes it less personal, I guess is what I would say. Doesn't mean that you don't need to change it. It just means that you don't actually look at it in a way that's taking it too personally.
Right, exactly. And with this PEP personality process, I know that you are customizing some opportunity for people to access it and use it within your website. When do you feel that that's going to be ready for people to tap into that? What's the timeline on that?
Well, I'm actually working on it right now. So I hope to have it ready within the next couple of months.
Great.
Because I do want to bring it to other counselors, other coaches, people in the alternative health field. It's useful to all of those types of businesses. And it's something that, I have found absolutely, valuable. I mean, people say to me, so are you like psychic? Or do you have, have you been following us around? Because it is quite accurate and it's quite useful. And so I think that this is a real tool for people in, consulting, counseling, coaching.
Because it's truly about understanding people, having that connection and that sense of safety and comfort to communicate with each other in more of an authentic way. And I think your process is absolutely genius and brilliant. I do. And I think that it really is part of your purpose within your business to make such a massive difference in people's lives too. So
well, I know that as a parent, knowing my children's processing styles as they were growing up was very valuable because our children are not the same. And so, my daughters are quite different. And knowing how they process has been a great help to me as a parent. Knowing how my partner processes has been a great help for me in my relationship. And I've seen that time and time again with my clients as well.
That's awesome. Now, one of the other pieces in your purpose to serve within your business that I think is totally connected to your passion as well is this ability that you have been able to successfully help people to love themselves. And that has led to people having more of that solid connection and relationship, whether that be business relationships, personal relationships, marriages, as you just mentioned, with kids too. So can you tell me a few tips that we could share with our audience in regards to people really creating this concept of loving themselves?
Okay, well, leading into that, one of the things that I think people really need to understand is that our relationship to self really determines our relationship with everyone else. And so when we feel we have holes or, places in ourselves that aren't comfortable or that we're not dealing with, we often go outside of ourselves to try and find that in other relationships. And so that can be a positive thing at time, but that can also be a very negative thing. It can create a lot of conflict or a lot of expectations. And so, I find in relationships that oftentimes there's they have unrealistic expectations of their partner. There's a lot that I find that people are expecting their partner to mind read what they're wanting instead of asking or letting them know. The other place in relationships that I can say a tip is that, clarify what you're hearing, because what you're hearing. So if something someone says doesn't land right with you, clarify that that's what they're actually meaning. Like, do you mean is a wonderful sentence. Do you mean X, Y, Z? And it's like, and they might look at you like, no, that's not what I mean at all. Because your filters are filtering out the information. And so you need to clarify. If I could teach anything in kindergarten to everyone, it would be to clarify what they're hearing. Or clarify before jumping to a conclusion. The other thing that goes on in relationships a lot is they'll say, you're mad at me. You're doing this because, or some kind of statement that's actually, those are fighting words, really. Those create conflict. Whereas, I there's a little tool I use that sounds silly, but it's like, my hallucination is that you're angry at me. Is there any truth to that?
That's right? Great.
Because what happens is that then the other person feels like, okay, well, you're not telling me how I'm feeling. You're not telling me what I'm doing, but you're actually saying that that's what you think is going on. And you're asking me if that's true or not. Right. So now I can answer you. And I don't feel like I'm, having to get upset with you.
Right. Or be attacked or take it negatively. It's actually got a humorous piece to it. Like, so say that again so everybody can hear that one more time. So I think that's brilliant.
My hallucination is that you're angry with me. Is there any truth to that?
Brilliant. Love it. So 2 more questions. And one is, what daily practices or rituals really help you maintain your inspired mindset and stay focused on your, vision and your goals?
Well, I think that one of the most important things for people to become aware of is their negative thoughts. Not only their negative thoughts, but also what comes out of their mouth. So when we're thinking negatively and when we're talking negatively, our unconscious mind is listening to that. And so one of the quickest little tools you can have, if you hear yourself or if you catch yourself thinking, so awareness is key here. But as you catch yourself, so if you say, oh, gee, I didn't do that very well, right? You can say, but I'm improving.
Yes.
Right. And so when you say but, it negates the first part and your unconscious mind only keeps the last part. And so just using that little word but after and saying something, even if it's just slightly more positive, will help you to maintain a more positive outlook on yourself. Right.
And we just need so much more of that in our world right now. And, what I love that you contribute to your clients in your trainings, everything, is this concept of self and self-awareness. And that's how we can change the world, is by improving ourselves in really learning through loving ourselves. So you have an incredible community that people can join called the Heart Consciousness Community. Can you just give me a little piece on that as well?
Well, once a month we do a workshop. And so and you can go back and watch the ones that I've already done as well. And then I also do a meditation every month. And so not only is the meditation in the course, but I also have it separately. So people, if they want to just go and use the meditations, can go into the meditation section. And then I have a whole list of resources that they can access. And as my courses come online more and they can access them, they will have a special price for those as well as a member.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's nobody has to suffer alone. This is one of my life's mission as well. When there's availability of learning, of communities that care genuinely, authentically to support us to continue this evolution of, we all need to be lifelong learners here. So I appreciate everything that you do to contribute, Nadine, to people's lives. And, none of us are supposed to suffer alone. And I just think it's such a great contribution, the way you serve your clients, your community, and you're a true inspiration for me. So thank you for your purpose-driven business and how much you contribute.
Thank you. One last little tip here. Gratitude has been one of the most scientifically researched things on the planet, and making gratitude a way of life and having that as a ritual every day, making sure that you express gratitude for those in your life, and just having that gratitude and really being, and remember that gratitude is a feeling, so you want to feel it as well as say it or write it down. So that will improve your life almost instantaneously.
I agree. I wake up and think of 20, as soon as I'm conscious in the morning, think of 20 things I'm grateful for and feel them consciously in my body. And it just starts my day off so beautiful and grounds my day, and it lasts the whole day. And I think it's a conscious decision to focus on gratitude. I think that's a beautiful recommendation.
So if you want to get in touch with the feeling, it's like, what am I grateful for and why am I grateful for it? Because the why will lead you into the feeling. Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, I love your wisdom. It's so great. So we will invite people to connect with Nadine on LinkedIn. Her information is down below in this post, and also to become a part of her heart consciousness community, because we don't have to do this alone, that we can come together to support each other to continue to thrive in 2025 and revive those incredible dreams that we have percolating. This is the beginning of the year right now, and now is the time to dream again and to connect with what matters most to us. And I believe it's what's behind me here, which is love, and so does Nadine. So I invite everybody also. I'm leading a 3-day business breakthrough challenge tomorrow, Tuesday, January 7th, 8th and 9th, from 12 to 1 p.m. and from 3 to 4 Eastern. I welcome everybody to attend that as well, and come and have your business breakthrough and create more purpose, passion, and profits, and become a purpose-driven rainmaker. So thank you, Nadine, for today. And we'll see you again next Monday at 1:30 Pacific and 4:30 Eastern time. Take good care. Thank you.
Thanks, Carolyn.
My pleasure.